Welcome to Let's Talk Lesbian Zombies with your host for the show, Captain Robert Johnson. Hello everyone, it's great to be here on the Lesbian Zombies channel for the debut of Let's Talk Lesbian Zombies. We have an impressive lineup for you tonight, including the author George Ness, all the way from Lakewood, Colorado, the editor and producer Terry Wright from TWB Press in Centennial, Colorado, and two top stars from the video book War of the Lesbian Zombies. Say hello to Brenda and Monica. It's great to see you all here. Thank you for coming. Before we get started with our guests, let me introduce this lovely lady, Lola, the lesbian goddess of the universe. If not for her, there'd be no lesbian zombies. Thank you for dropping in on the show.
Thanks for inviting me, Robert. You look handsome in that suit and tie.
Beats my army camo duds, huh?
Wardrobe, baby. It's all in the wardrobe.
Would you please tell our audience what you have planned for women of the world?
My heart is heavy, Robert, for I have suffered with all the women who have been oppressed by men over the centuries. With help from my lesbian zombies, I will empower women to break free of this oppression once and for all.
Why did you choose Brenda for this mission?
She has a good heart, a strong heart, and she will do what's necessary to end male dominance. As she knows the heartbreak of a man's betrayal firsthand, I trust her over all men.
Well, here at the Lesbian Zombies channel, we wish you good luck with your mission to empower all women.
Thank you, Robert. Bye now.
So let me throw out my first question to the author and creator of the Lesbian Zombies, George Ness. Hello everyone. Hi Dana, Alan, Jada, and a big shout out to my nephew James Ness. He's doing a great job narrating my novel for this very unique video book. Where did you ever come up with the idea for Lesbian Zombies? Well, Robert, you know how it is when you're digging up a dinosaur? Sometimes you use a pickaxe and a shovel, other times a toothpick and a brush. My dinosaur was women's empowerment, and those bones were buried deep. Women deserve justice for the way men have treated them throughout history, but to take over a man's world, my women characters would have to be tougher and much more ruthless than men. So when I started digging up the bones of my story, out popped a lesbian zombie. No, think about it. Zombies are tough and ruthless, and lesbians are independent and strong women. Perfect for the story I wanted to tell. George's zombies are beautiful and unkillable. Take a look, folks.
Hello from the ranch!
Brenda, your sisters are beautiful. How well do y'all get along?
We have a common bond. Each of us has been victimized in some way by a man. We're a big family and with some of the same dynamics at play as most families and relationships.
Monica, are you really 80 years old?
I lived a hard life in Haiti. My daughter was murdered by government soldiers over 50 years ago. Brenda has given me a second chance at life, and I plan to make the most of it.
Terry, how did you get involved with George and his lesbian zombies? George and I go way back, 20 years. He comes up with some crazy ideas to write about, so I reacted no differently than most people to the notion of beautiful and smart zombies, lesbian or otherwise. I'd asked him flat out, "Are you crazy?" However, after editing his work, his characters grew on me, and Lesbian Zombies has a ring to it. Kinda rolls off the tongue, which grew on me as well. We hope it'll grow on everyone who watches the episodes we've produced for YouTube viewers. Our plan is to release a new episode every week on Sunday evening, right here on the Lesbian Zombies channel. Let's take a look at a few clips from the last episodes.
While everyone watched Zoe and Maggie, Robert took Brenda's hand and pulled her aside. Maggie told me how you healed my spinal cord when I was paralyzed. One kiss. She said you gave me a virus, and she gave me a pill to counter the side effects. Like the virus would make me some kind of super stud. Who, me? But I believed her, and now we have our sweet little girl. He bent down to Brenda's hand and kissed it. If you ever need anything, just ask. I'll be there for you. Brenda stroked Robert's cheek. I'll remember that.
That's me in episode 1 professing my loyalty to Brenda. In the first book, Invasion of the Lesbian Zombies, I took a Taliban bullet to the neck and came home from war paralyzed. As you can see, I'm fine now, but my debt to Brenda is going to motivate me to do something I didn't want to do.
You're such a good sport, Robert.
Brenda unzipped the back of Lily's dress and pulled it open, revealing black and blue splotches on her ivory skin. Brenda angrily zipped up the dress. Why do you keep working here? Your boss should be in prison. Max, well, he's my husband. You're not wearing a ring. It's not something I'm proud of. Ever think of getting away from him? A battered women's shelter? A tent on the sidewalk? A blanket in the gutter? Anywhere is better than this. If I ever leave him, he'll do what? He'll kill me. That came out with a sob. We'll see about that. Stay here until I come for you. Max is not going to like you butting into his affairs. He'll beat you too.
Brenda, what's that all about?
I can't turn away from a battered woman. Most of these women need a little help getting out of an abusive marriage. Max, of Max's Diner fame, had to be taught a lesson in kindness and respect.
As she turned to leave, vines slithered up from the pit and quickly looped around Brenda's leg. Lola? The vines wrapped around her entire body. She tore at the vines, trying to free herself, but her superior strength was no match for Loa's power on earth. Goddess, I pray, why have you summoned me? The vines dragged her toward the pit. Remembering Jenny and how the vines had dragged her to her death, Brenda grabbed the golden rails and hung on tight with all her might. Goddess, I pray, what have I done to displease you? She wasn't strong enough to stop the vines from pulling her down to the floor of the pit, where the roots of the sister tree of life joined the vine's deadly embrace.
Brenda, tell us about this strange place you're in.
The Crystal Shrine? We built it in Jackie O'Neill's greenhouse, in honor of Lola, our goddess. In it we grew a sister tree of life and dug an identical pit of ages. It's hallowed ground for lesbian zombies.
Who is Jackie O'Neill?
She's probably the richest woman in New York, made her fortune in the skin cream business. Her estate is called The Ranch. It's our headquarters now.
We'll have to invite her on the show sometime.
Should be delighted.
Brenda's cell phone vibrated. The phone display showed Cassandra. Hello, Cassandra. It's Aurora, she sobbed. What's wrong, Aurora? My mom is dying, she cried. The voodoo high priestess was Loa's facilitator. She asked for you. I'll catch the first flight out on American. She doesn't have that much time. Then I'll get Alphonse to fly me there on his private jet. Maybe you can save her, Aurora sobbed. The doctors are at a loss. I'll see what I can do. Tell her to rest easy. I'll be there in a few hours. Goodbye. Monica, get hold of Alphonse and tell him I need his Learjet to fly me to Haiti within the hour. Jackie, tell Jorge to bring the car around. Pronto.
George, who is Cassandra, and why should we care she's going to die? Ah, yes, Cassandra. She played a huge role in Invasion of the Lesbian Zombies, the voodoo high priestess who brought Brenda's body to Lola.
She was my mentor, became my best friend in Haiti, and gave me the title Queen of the Lesbian Zombies.
I used Cassandra's death, her higher calling to Loa's mission for women's empowerment, to bring Aurora back into the story. You'll meet her in the next clip, I believe. Let's roll it!
She heard weeping down the hallway. She followed the sound to an open doorway. It was the same operating room where she died, and on the same table lay a sheet-covered body. Aurora bent over the corpse of her mother, sobbing. Kill me, Brenda, just kill me. I'm not going to kill you. I wish you would. You took away my manhood, made me a homely woman with a dick. I'm alone, and now I have nothing left. You have me in the sisterhood, and you have Reinhardt and Albert as brothers. You'll never be alone. I want my old life back, being a man. The doctor at my clinic helping people feel better about themselves. Having a mother who only practiced voodoo and had nothing to do with lesbian zombies. Lola has a plan for your mother. There's much at stake for the women of the world. You'll have to suck it up and move forward like the rest of us. I wish you'd never come to Port-au-Prince.
I had gone to Haiti for a complete body makeover by Dr. Ernesto Gomez and ended up dead on the operating table while the doctor was porking his assistant. After Lola gave me my life back, I turned him into a she-zombie to put an end to his womanizing ways. Personally, I'm glad you went to Haiti. If not, I'd still be a mean old black woman with hate in my heart for all men.
I believe that's my cue to bring up a guest from the audience to ask a question. Here she comes. Tell us your name and where you're from.
They call me Dimples down in Dixie.
Fire away, Dimples.
This question is for Monica. I hear you have a really rich boyfriend. Yes, Alphonse Duda. He's an oil tycoon, Empire State Building office, private jet, yacht, and passion for black women. I'm his personal secretary. So, with you being a lesbian zombie and all, exactly how does that work? No kissing. Did I mention my lavish expense count?
Thank you for your question, Dimples. As a parting gift, we have for you a year's supply of Jackie O'Neill's Soft Skin Restoration Cream. Nice gal. She'd make a hot lesbian zombie. Here's a preview of what's coming next on War of the Lesbian Zombies, the video book.
This is private property, lady. You move along now. Brenda reached out the window, grabbed him by his shirt, and pulled his face to hers. You tell Baby Doc his boss is here, and he better open this gate. Yes, I'll call him now. He got on his cell phone and spoke in Haitian Creole. With a whine, the gates began to open. His Excellency look forward to meet you. Please, go right in. Reinhardt checked his gun clip. The Nazi wannabe looked like he was itching for a fight.
Brenda, what's going on here?
No spoilers, Robert.
Okay, guess we'll have to tune in to find out. That's it for tonight's show, folks. Thank you, Brenda, Monica, Terry, and George. Good night, everyone, and don't forget to subscribe.